Okay, so now that I have it taped up, and normally by this time it would be painted, but as I said, because of time, I'm just going to go ahead and skip that part. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my ruler, and for this practice, I'm going to do a half-inch border. So I mark my half-inch from there and here. I forgot I made this one 5 inches for their practice, but we go ahead and mark the half inches and we just connect them. Now I'm always amazed at how my students don't know how to measure. So when I demonstrate this, I use my document camera, which is what I'm using to make this video, but I do it so everybody can see it at once. And I'm still amazed at how many people come to me with old messed up, uneven borders. Okay. So get that marked here and there, and go ahead and connect it. Alright, and then once we have that square there, then I tell them go ahead and mark for our practice. You're going to mark every 1/4 inch. Alright, so again, at the beginning of the project, we go over the different measurements. I give them a sheet of paper in which they have to mark. I think I might still have one here. So yeah, this is one of the practice papers. So I make them take this 4-inch line and I make them mark a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, an 1/8 of an inch, and even 1/16. Okay. But for here, we're going to do every 1/4 inch. I think I'm going to switch to a Sharpie so you can see a little bit better. So what I would do is every 1/4 inch, we're going to put a dot. Okay. And that dot needs to be on the actual line. For the final project, a 1/4 inch is the smallest measurements I tell the students to use. Anything smaller than that, your nails will be too close and the thread won't be able to go through or go wrap around the head of the nails. So using the panel nails that I do have, the smallest measurements I have them use is a 1/4 inch. Okay. I'm no expert at making videos and all that stuff, so bear with me as I put my measurements. Okay. So again, 1/4 inches all the way around. Now, with those 1/4 inches marked, it's time to go ahead and I could add my nails. Now, for this, we're not breaking it up at this point. Again, we're just going over how to create the actual units. But I do go over, and if I need to, I can make another video explaining how to take this square here, or take a larger square, and then we break it up into the different measurements. Okay, and that's one of the biggest things that the student has to understand. They need to measure. You're not just drawing random lines and angles. So for here, we marked every, this is a 10-inch square they had, so we marked every 5 inches and we drew a line intersecting. Then we went from one corner to another to create the diamond, and then we broke it up from there. There are many ways you can use to break this up. Again, if you want me to go into that, I could do another video explaining it. Okay? But using what I have here, okay, I have my measurements marked, they're evenly spread out. Now what I'm going to do is start adding in my nails. Now, the nails that I use, forgive me, that is I'm on my planning right now, and that was the bell for class change. Okay. But the nails I use are these panel nails by Hillman. They're great, and I don't know if it's going to show up really well, but they do have these little ridges you can kind of see, and they work great for gripping. Let me see if I can focus this a little bit. part of my dirty nails. I just realized that they're filthy, but they have a little texture grip to them, okay? One pack of nails is like $4 and some change, okay? But what you can do is you could take your nail, and I like to hold it in my non-dominant hand and line it up. I tend to lean forward so I can see it and just push it straight through all the way till you hit the table, okay? Now I'm gonna take this cardboard from underneath because I tell the students to push it down hard enough until you feel the table. These nails, these kids aren't that strong. They're not gonna push a nail through the table. So it's fine if they hit it. It's not gonna damage the table. But I always get those kids who complain, my fingers. So what I do is I'll give them a popsicle stick, okay? And you hold the nail with your non-dominant hand. You make sure it's lined up. You put your finger on the popsicle stick and you press down on the popsicle stick. That way the nail isn't going directly into the fingers, okay? This was the part where the students felt took the most time. Is making sure they had all their nails. But once you get going, it goes pretty quick. So again, you just line it up, make sure it's straight, look straight down at it and push. And you're not going to get them perfect, all right? That's one thing I tell the kids, you're not going to get them perfectly straight, but try to get them as straight as you can. I had a couple of students who would like turn them and line it up and look at it at an angle, and they would just, oh, it had to be perfect. And honestly, if you're using the black nails on the black paper background, it won't be noticeable, okay? I do have some students, I gave them the option, and they use white nails. The white nails work just as fine, but you know, if you have a nail that is not lined up, it's way more noticeable if you use the white nails. Also, a lot of kids did not like the white nails at the end because it took away from the color of the projects that they had. They felt like the focus was on the design of the nails and not what they created or the patterns or the designs. Okay, so yeah, you just keep going one after another, and I'm not going to make you all sit here and watch this. I'm going to probably do one angle, and then I'm going to show you how to actually turn it into a unit. Okay, so let me continue this here, and then I'll come back once I have one of these angles completed. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, I have one angle completed with the nails. And one of the things I would say that it's important that you tell the kids and they understand that, you know, at this point, I don't have any units done. Unit only takes place when you connect two sides of that angle. Okay, so I have the possibility of 4 units, but right now I don't have any units. I could do one angle, I could do one unit here with the nails. When I finish putting my nails here, I could do another unit there, I could do another unit here, and so you have a total of 4. All right, now that I got my nails in and they're pretty straight, they're pretty lined up good, if I must say so myself, excuse my ashy knuckles. Now it's time to tie your string on.